sounds boring, they're not going to be interested, they're going to say, this guy doesn't even believe in it himself. Yeah? So why should I believe in it? And then, the words make up 7%. So like I said, you could be telling the truth, but you're telling it in the wrong way, the guy doesn't believe you. Next. First impressions, as the brother said, are very important. So if they see you and you're scruffy, you look sad, you don't want to be at the Islamic exhibition and you can't be bothered, right? The guy's going to say, well, he's not bothered about his religion, why should I bother with his? Whereas if you're smiling, you're happy no matter how cold it is, no matter if no one's spoken to you the whole day, if you're smiling, you're happy, enthusiastic, people will come to you and they will want to know what is this amazing thing which is making this person so happy. Alright? Eye contact is important. If you don't maintain eye contact with non-Muslims, especially English people, they think you're shifty, they think you're untrustworthy. They think that you cannot be trusted. Next. Okay. Okay, next. Facial expressions, again, it's like your voice. They need to go up and down, they need to change. They need to see something that is interesting. Right? Your voice should change. Again, saying good. So they might ask a question, which is totally stupid. But you say good. It's good that you ask me a question. Encourage them. Alright? Because they're worried that, oh no, I hope this is a stupid question. Right? The key thing is, if you say good, yes, 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 then they themselves become positive about what you're saying. Examples. Right. So, the first thing, how to open a conversation, right? Imagine you're on a train with a non-Muslim sat opposite you, right? You don't just say, hello, my name is Ahmed, Islam is good, you should become Muslim. It doesn't work like that, The way it works is, you usually talk about lots of different issues, until they feel comfortable with you, alright? So you talk about the weather, you talk about the news, talk about what's going on, around the world. Find out things that are bothering them. They might be unhappy about crime. So talk about crime, talk about burglaries, talk about car crime. And then later on say, look, in Islam, we have got a solution to crime. They might be talking about, people are depressed. All over Britain, people become depressed. Everyone's sad. Everyone's unfriendly. You say, well, actually, Islam has got a solution to this problem. So talk about the problem first, and then offer the solution to Islam. Other things. Say the guy, say they're in the Asda or something, or they're having problems or something. Say they're picking up the luggage. Very simple, you just go up to say, do you need any help? Because remember, Shaitan's working on you as well. Shaitan's trying to stop you going to say hello or whatever to them. So that barrier, you can overcome that barrier. Whereas if you go up to them and say, I wanted to talk to you about something important, straight away the person will think, oh my gosh, what does he want from me? Whereas Islam is important. But if you go to them and you break it gently to them, offer them help, say hello, how are you? Simplest way to open the conversation, hello, how are you? Easy. And don't delay. If you see the wrong Muslim, within the first 3 seconds, that is your chance to make a good impression. The first 3 seconds is your chance. If in the first 3 seconds you're like this and quiet, 5 minutes later you want to open the conversation, the guy's going to think, why is he talking to me? Whereas if, as soon as he walks in the room, you smile at him, nod at him, say, hi, how are you? Then he's going to think, that's his personality. That's what he does that with everyone. And that is the way to open the conversation. And asking a question, again, you could ask, say someone comes to a Dawah store, say someone comes to the mosque. You ask them, you say, have you heard a lot about Islam? Do you know about Islam? Have you read about Islam? What do you think about Islam? Ask them what they think. Once they say what they think, then you give them the answers and what you think about Islam. How wonderful Islam is. How Islam offers solutions to all of life's problems. Then they will listen to you. How to maintain the conversation? Get their name early on. So say, sorry, my name is Naveed, what's yours? As you ask the name, then next time when you talk to them, mention their name in the conversation. So say, okay, John, you've said this, it's really interesting. John, why don't you listen to this? As soon as you say their name, they pay attention. And it becomes more friendly. And the other thing is, don't just let them ask you questions, and don't just you keep asking questions. It needs to be a two-way thing. What do you think about that? What do you think about what I just said? It's a conversation. And they might ask stupid questions, really stupid questions. They might even say bad things. Well, what you have to say to them is say, well, thank you for the question. It was a very good question. And, give them the answer. Because you want to encourage them to keep asking more questions. The first question they ask isn't always the main question they want to know the answer to. It might be later on they'll ask the question they want the answer to. And remember, we're doing dawah. We're not there to prove that alcohol is bad. We're not there to prove that ham is bad. We're not there to prove that fasting is healthy. We're not there to prove that hijab is the best thing. The main thing we're there to prove is La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. That is the main thing we're there to prove. Okay? And that is where we need to direct the conversation. So an example would be, someone says, oh, you fast. Oh, it's so hard. You don't drink alcohol. That must be so hard. Blah, blah, blah. You can talk about, I can talk about alcohol and how it takes up 10% of NHS beds, 40 billion pounds a year, all this stuff. No. I say, well, look, everything that we do in Islam, you might find some of these things strange. You might find some of these things unusual. But whatever we do in Islam, we do it because we believe in God. And we believe God gives us the best way to live our life. Do you believe in God? Bang. You're away from alcohol and ham, onto Tawheed. Do you believe in God? And then you have that discussion. Finally, in terms of questions, I don't think we've got much time really for those. What we'll do is, at the end of the program, inshallah, we're going to have a question and answer session and a forum. But what I've just done is I've left there a Yahoo group that you can join. In this group, every time you have a dawah situation you're not sure about, say you need Quran in the Spanish language, say you need to know where to get an Islamic exhibition from, anything like that. This group is just devoted towards dawah. So, any questions you've got on, oh, I got asked this question by a person, oh, I was in this situation, what should I do? A lot of the trainers are on this group, and for people from the previous dawah training courses that we've done, they're also members of this group. So just join it, it's very useful. Dawah training at yahoo.co.uk. And what we're going to do is we're going to break up into the groups